Jeff Weddington. Sometimes I get so excited to start talking, I don't actually say who I am. I'm the principal here at Davis County High School. We had a great visit with your 8th graders from College View, from Davis County Middle, and also from Heritage Christian. We had a great group of 8th graders here about a week ago, and I hope they were able to learn some things about our school, and they were able to walk around the building and see how big it is, and hopefully they were able to see how small it can be based on, you know, where their classes might be. But we'll get to more of that later in the summer about getting through the school. So welcome tonight. I'm glad you guys are here to hear about our scheduling process. It's a busy time of year in our counseling office. Hopefully you'll leave here with some good information. We do have these slides. We'll get to those in just a little bit. We also have copies of some things. If you did not get this paper before you came in, make sure it does say 9th grade scheduling. It'll say, we also have a meeting for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So the 9th grade paper, we have more outside if you did not get one. Also tonight, after this meeting, this is about 45 minutes maybe, here in the gym, we do have parent-teacher conferences going on throughout the rest of the building. So you won't see a lot of teachers in here. They're all in their classrooms, meeting with parents. So once this meeting is over, I want you to feel welcome. Feel free to walk around the building. Check it out. We do have maps. If you need a map, there's some maps on the table outside. So, you know, feel free to walk around the building, make yourselves at home. I would ask, though, you can go by and look inside the windows like you're observing something inside. But there are some conferences going on inside the classrooms. But other than going inside the classrooms, feel free to walk around the building. I want you guys to feel welcome. This is your school as much as your 9th graders next year's school. So I just want you guys to feel welcome about that. Okay, so we'll get to some counselors in just a little bit. I want to introduce Kim Newcomb. We've got 3 assistant principals. I'll just introduce these 3 before we get in. So Kim Newcomb, Bruce Farley, and Paul Howard. Principal Jeff Weddington, and we have 3 assistant principals. So Bruce Farley, if you step forward just a little bit, he is the 9th grade assistant principal. So just some familiar faces. Hopefully those will be familiar as the years go on. So thank you all for being here, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Neil Hayden.
I want to welcome everybody here. I'm one of the school counselors here, and you're one step closer as a parent and as a student of being here. And I'll say this, and I have a daughter here that's a freshman this year. This is a great school. There's going to be things that you walk out from tonight that you're still unsure. There'll be more things this summer when we have freshman orientations. There'll be days and times that scheduling won't look exactly right, or we'll have to fix some things. I promise you, as one of the counselors here among the 4 of us, we're going to do the best we can to help get the schedule that your child wants here during their time at Davis County High School. We got a few things I want to share with you. Part of the counseling team here, again, I'm Neil Hayden. I'll have that, the last names of R through Z. Kelly Powers is not here tonight, but she'll have the last names A through D. Natalie Payne is back here, and she'll be the letters E through J. And James Bryan is here as well, and he's K through Q. Now what this means is we handle their scheduling, or if there's an individual counseling need, we'll see those students. Now, we will see other students, like, again, maybe one of us is out. So we serve all students, but we do try to divvy it up by alphabet, just so we can kind of build a relationship with those students during their time here. Other members of the counseling team is Megan Nicodemus. She's our frisky coordinator, and she's amazing at her job. Matt Brandon is here as well. He's our CCR coach and runs a lot of programs like our Empower program, our Life Science, and he'll talk to you briefly about that as we go forward tonight. A few scheduling supplies. There's several things that are going on or starting to happen with the schedule. Letters have been sent out, diploma requirement sheets you can see on the handbook. The handbook is posted on the school website. Again, we had scheduling where we talked about that during our freshman orientation or the 8th grade visit. Tonight we'll talk a little bit about scheduling, talk about core classes and what that looks like. And again, the scheduling handbook is online, where when you say, well, what's principles of ag or what's ceramics? If you go to the handbook online, you can see that. We've also recorded videos and posted those on the school website where, again, if you feel lost tonight, it doesn't completely make sense, there's a video that will be posted. This is also being recorded, and we'll share that as well. And again, we'll have other moments throughout the summer where we're accessible as well. This is a sheet that you'll see on the handbook of just showing you the diploma types that we have. Let me say this first and foremost. Of the 3 diploma types, you have to get the 26 credits regardless. So, there's more than one way to skin a cat here at Davis County High School as far as getting to graduation at their senior year. There's no wrong answer. School has become this thing where you've got quite a bit of choice. This just shows you what you need to get there. Let me also say this. That freshman schedule is pretty tight in the classes that you have to have, and we'll talk about that in a moment. The electives open up more as they go through high school. Like we will start, just so you know, when we start scheduling before the end of the year, we will start with seniors and work our way down. So certain classes like Spanish is one that we tend to hear from about. We'll do the best we can to get your child Spanish, but we will start with seniors first. So just understand that you have 4 years to work through this diploma, and they will get there. Matter of fact, we have 8 classes per year. They took something every block, so that would be 32 credits. And I just told you they need 26 to graduate. So there's room. So if things have to get kicked down the road, that's fine. And we will use the academic planner to help kind of visually see what a 4-year plan would look like. So let's talk a little bit about some of these diploma types. Honors versus college prep versus career diploma. Again, the biggest thing to remember, you've got to get to 26 credits. The honors diploma. The big difference in that is a student would choose to take AP classes in 3 foreign languages. The foreign language classes have to all be the same content. Meaning, if somebody were to take Spanish, they would need to take 3 Spanish classes. Taking Latin, French, and Spanish would not count. You just took Latin 1, Spanish 1, French 1. You have to take 3 classes in the same area. And then the 5 AP classes. There's plenty of time to get those in. Typically, as a freshman, it might be like human geography or environmental science. Others will kind of get kicked down the road as you go or progress through the diploma or the school schedule. Career prep diploma. The difference in that is you will take Algebra 2, 2 years of the same foreign language, and then the science, which you need 3 of, will probably be chemistry or physics. So let me say this, you don't need Algebra 2 and you don't need foreign language to graduate. It just puts you in a different track or a different diploma type, which is the career diploma. So that would be somebody that's maybe not considering attending college or maybe thinking about going a technical route. Again, which one's right? It's an individual choice. There's no wrong answer as long as they're checking off the boxes as they go, which will happen with their advocate, it'll happen with the counselors, and it'll be visible on Infinite Campus with the academic planner. So they're going to know. The other thing I'll say with the academic planner, most kids are all putting in the college prep diploma. So you may think, well, I'm off track, I want to go honors. That's fine. That's fine. We won't really declare honors until that senior year, and it won't show up on Infinite Campus. So that's, if you notice that and you say your freshman year, hey, I want to pursue the honors diploma. That's great. It won't show that on the academic planner on Infinite Campus. A few other things. The freshman schedule, the core classes. As I said just a moment ago, that freshman schedule is somewhat locked in. Ordinarily, they're going to take English 1. Maybe they'll offer or choose to take a different level. We do have leveling of classes here. So for the English, it might be English 1 pre-AP. So there's a choice there. And that can happen through teacher recommendation or the student choice there, which one they choose to take. With math, maybe they bring over a middle school credit, maybe they don't. So it could look a little bit different. Most students are going to take Algebra 1 or Pre-AP Algebra 1. Then again, if somebody's bringing over middle school credits, it may put them on the next steps of taking geometry or even Algebra 2. Science, again, you need 3 science credits to graduate. So they're going to start with Integrated Science 1 or choose to go the higher level, which is AP Environmental Science. But that's going to be a class that you choose to take. Now, like I said, you're going to take 3 science classes. So you don't have to have science every year. I would highly, highly recommend everyone choose in their class selection, in their request, to put integrated science in there, because most kids, 99% of the kids in there, are going to be rising freshmen in those classes. Social studies, it's going to be world history, or choose to take a higher level like world history, Pre-AP, or even the human geography route, the AP level. Then as it fills up, you'll choose to take fifth like PE or fifth like health, unless they're taking ROTC or a full year like marching band. So there's some choices there that can, even life science can change some things like with the health classes. So there's some rules or changes that can happen, but ordinarily that's what it looks like. So when you look at all that, English, math, science, social studies, and then you add in the PE and the health credit, that's a pretty full schedule. So there's not a ton of room. But as I'm kind of wrapping up my part, as we get into electives, you still want to make sure that you select in your request plenty of classes. So as there's still room for that, maybe there's an art room, or maybe somebody wants to go the ag route at the principles of ag. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So I hope that kind of helps. Again, this will be recorded for you to see, and there's also other videos posted as well. And all this can be found on the student handbook, or the scheduling handbook on the website. All right, I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Brandon as he talks about electives.
So I'm also a parent here, and I know as I listen to Coach Hayden speak, I've taught here for 20 years, I still get confused sometimes too. So please don't leave here with questions tonight. We're going to stay around. Hopefully we can answer as many of those as possible. As you go into the scheduling of elective classes, we have a plethora of classes for you to choose from. So the elective areas that we talked about is CTE, that's Career Technical Education. There are pathways in those. There is an entry-level class to each one of those pathways. For example, agriculture, the entry-level class is Principles of Ag. Some of you may have taken that, some of your students may have taken that as an 8th grader. Then they would get to go into a pathway in the ag department, whether it's animal science, whether it's general power equipment, whether it's plant-based learning. Then we have our business CTE department, principles of management and marketing, things like that. They could take family and consumer sciences, home ec, lots of different course options there, child education or nutrition, and then obviously there's PE classes, technology classes, and then our visual and performing arts departments, which are a number of classes they can take: music, theater, visual arts like printmaking, painting, drawing, things like that. There's a number of electives that you need to sign up for, and just understand that seniors, we work seniors down. So, as freshmen, you may not get the choices that you originally signed up for, so make sure that you really go through that planner and choose as many as you can. Some of the year-long courses that we offer: band, choir, orchestra, ROTC. ROTC has 4 different years. And then what I was actually supposed to be talking about is the Empower You program. So I'm the College and Career Readiness Coordinator. It is my job to help guide your students to the different opportunities that they're going to have for dual credit options. And that is earning college credit while they're in high school. And those college credits will go into the diploma course and allow them to graduate with a high school diploma and some level of college classes. As freshmen, there's not a lot of opportunities other than our Life Science Academy, and our Engineering Academy. Now, Ms. Jerome, who is our coordinator for the district, Ms. Spall, who holds the job that I have at Apollo, and myself have been in all the middle schools to target some of the students that we feel like qualify for that program. You must carry a 3.5 GPA, and the LSA, the Life Science Academy, which is a kind of a biomedical program, it has an ACT requirement. You have to have a minimum of an 18 on the ACT. And you may be sitting here thinking like, well, I really want my son or daughter to get into the Life Science Academy, but we've never taken the ACT. There's still time. So there's an April test, national test, and then I believe there's one in June as well. The July one will be kind of difficult because we won't get the results until after school starts. So really, April is the key, and then June is pushing it, but we should know. Those applications are open now. You can find those on our website. If you just Google DCPS Empower You, it'll pop up, and you'll see Life Science Academy, and then our Engineering Academy, which is housed at Apollo. Let me say, Life Science is actually housed at Owensboro Community Technical College, right down the road. You're thinking, all right, I've got a freshman, they don't drive, how are they going to get there? We offer bus transportation to and from the college all day, every day, from the time they walk through the doors until they graduate. We run about 30 different routes on a daily basis to and from the college and back. So don't worry about transportation, we will take care of that. Obviously, the older they get, they can drive and take care of themselves. So Life Science is there. Engineering Academy is at Apollo. It does not have an ACT requirement, but we look at the students' math. And so a lot of the targeted students that we've already met with, they've got a card in the mail, are those students that have had Algebra 1 at least at the middle school level or higher. And so that's kind of what we look for. Now, if you're not sure and you just want to apply, go for it. Apply. We will look at the application and we will tell you, hey, yes, you qualify, or no, you don't. I know probably a lot of you are wondering, you've already applied it, and you're like, well, when do I find out if we make it? March the 10th is our first round of approval letters that are going to go out. So here in a few weeks, you should start getting notification if you had applied, whether you made it or not. Now, those two programs, those qualify as elective classes. So they go in addition to your math, science, social studies, and English requirements to graduate. So I know that's a lot of information, but ultimately, as an incoming freshman, those are our two options for dual credit. And that's really what I'm here to talk to you about. The other thing that we are really proud of is our early college and dual credit programs that we offer to juniors and seniors. And then the third program is what we call concurrent enrollment classes. And those are college classes that we teach here in the building. So we have teachers that have master's degrees that will qualify to be an instructor. They're adjunct instructors for OCTC, and we offer college algebra, English 101, 102, intro to business, history 109, which is U.S. history. We have several, I'm sure I'm missing. I said intro to business. We're offering a new course called Intro to Education. We're trying to create a pathway for students that are interested in becoming teachers. We want to identify them early and keep them here so that we can hire good people to come to teach our future. So we're really excited about those programs. Concurrent classes, the ones that are offered here, are available to sophomores. So you're thinking, I'm a freshman, I don't have a lot of options for college class, it's okay. There's plenty of opportunity coming. And then you will apply as a sophomore going into your junior year to either enter into our dual credit program, which is earning college classes, kind of a hybrid schedule. My daughter is a dual credit student. She has 2 classes here in the morning, and then she leaves and goes to college for 2 in the afternoon. Or we have an early college program where you become a full-time college student and you will earn your associate's degree while in high school, which is pretty awesome to think about. the ability to graduate high school with an associate's degree. And the most important thing as a parent, it's 50% off tuition. There are multiple scholarships offered. And so there's times where you can take a full load of college classes and not pay a dime. And that's kind of what I'm here for, is to help you find those opportunities, help you get into the right paths, and hopefully allow you to have your students have success while they're here. So again, there's a lot of questions I'm sure that are going through your mind, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, but I was in your seats 2 years ago, and I work here, and I was still overwhelmed. So we understand, but we hope that we can provide you with information to help guide you along the way. And a lot of times I said this, I was an elective teacher for many years. You don't have to take college classes while you're here. It's my job to promote that. But we offer a lot of good courses here. Our teachers are some of the best in the state. And so you're going to get a great education if you never leave this campus. So I want to make sure that I put that out as well. Applications close March 14th for the Empower You Life Science and Engineering Academy. And again, please reach out to me. That's my email. You have it in your packets if you have any questions. And I look forward to meeting you students next year, and parents, if you have any questions, reach out.
Hello everybody, my name is James Bryant. We're glad to be able to host you all tonight. Thank you for your all's time. This is my first year here at Dixon County High School. Really enjoying it so far. So everything that Mr. Hayden and Mr. Brandon reiterated to you, like we said, we're certain that you're probably going to have questions, and we're always happy to help. So just shoot one of us an email. We'd be glad to get back with you. Our scheduling timeline, what to expect. So both our teachers here at the high school and also the 8th grade teachers, College View and middle school, have entered their course recommendations, and that's what we would at least start recommending you all to just follow those. In light of that, course requests, you can list out on campus. Once again, that deadline is March 14th, that's a Friday. So that's also going to be consistent with all the dual credit deadlines as well. It's always just March 14th. And then your schedules will be ready prior to the first week of the 25 to 26 school year. We also will have available for you a video over the academic planner. This is what your students will use whenever they actually go and enter the campus to list their requests. This is also going to be available on our school website as well. I think it's maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not going to play it tonight just to save some time, but know that that is going to be on our school website as well. All right, and then lastly, some next steps here. So the DCHS website will have all those links, like the back couple of pages that show our 3 different diploma types, and then also our course catalog that's all found on the website. There will be a DCHS freshman scheduling video for this school year, and just as I mentioned on the last slide as well, how to use the academic planner. We strongly recommend you watch that, just familiarize yourself with how to actually enter that information and request on campus. We have a freshman elective request sheet. We want to stress and emphasize that as a freshman, that doesn't necessarily guarantee if you enter a request that child is going to get that course, because we have to prioritize our upperclassmen because they may say need a credit in order for them to graduate, but we do try to be as accommodating as possible. If you all will, and remind your students about this as well, when they go in, we ask that they request 4 electives, but also list at least 4 alternate courses as well, because that at least will give your school guidance counselor an idea of which classes you may be interested in. A couple quick fire thoughts of mine. I know this is a lot of information for y'all to take in. If your child is a member of the marching band, then that would also count for our Fit for Life PE. So they would not have to take the Fit for Life PE, but obviously they would have to take health. If they're interested in the LSA program with Coach Brandon, then they take a couple classes of that too, and that will count for their Fit for Life health as well. So it kind of gives them a little bit more flexibility because it's one less class for them to take. I will say from prior experience, the middle of the line college prep diploma, there's a big misconception that I want to address about my child has to have 2 consecutive foreign languages to get into college. That's not necessarily true. Okay, most colleges recommend at least 2 years of foreign language, but that is not an exact requirement for most, at least Kentucky colleges or universities. The reason why we have that here in Davis County High School is, well, if they're at least experienced and exposed to that, then it would make it a lot easier when they actually maybe take, I don't know, a Spanish or a French college course. So that is a requirement for the CP diploma route, but it is not a mandatory, you have to take 2 years of foreign language in order to get into a Kentucky college. Okay? Once again, any questions that you all have, we'd be more than happy to help. Just shoot us an email. Ms. Kelly Powers, like I said, she wasn't able to be here tonight. Has all students' last names A through D. Mrs. Nat is Maine, E through J. Myself would be K through Q. And then Mr. Neil Hayden is R through Z. If your student has an IEP, an individualized education plan, then any questions related to their schedule needs to be sent to our assistant principal, Mr. Paul Howard. Additionally, if your student receives 504 accommodations, then our main point of contact for that is Ms. Okay? I think that covers us for this. Like I said, if you all have any questions, we're always happy to help, and we're appreciative of